Dystopian Events Part 4, Dystopia Rising LARP. Now, LARP isn't exactly my thing, so I've never personally done it. There's a surprisingly big sandbox to play in for Dystopia, and I'm glad that people who like this sort of thing have it as an option. Now, Dystopia Rising in particular is one of the largest dystopian LARPs, and it has locations and branches throughout the country. Now, Dystopia Rising is a zombie-based LARP. It has all the lore on the website. The world ended, ice age, war, yada yada yada, zombies. I don't really know the backstory. And their website's not a great resource for first-timers to really dig deep into it. It's kind of an ongoing issue in subcultures. It's difficult to get people involved, so that is what we are trying to achieve here. I live in Los Angeles, so I live in one of the coolest locations for Dystopia Rising because we have a permanent location. It is a medieval town called Cronenberg? I'm gonna call it Cronenberg. That's funny. Where it's a year-round event site where they have Ren Fair and all sorts of things like LARP. So most Dystopia Rising events are weekend camping events. You are fully in-themed, you play a character, you have stats, I think there's different classes, just the typical LARP stuff, and it is bought for combat, so you need costumes, you need a character, you need kind of a backstory, and it has a role-playing element. I don't know exactly how it works behind the scenes as far as who volunteers to play NPCs. They call them Zeds, they are the zombies that you are fighting against, but I know that there's very likely a trade-off for ticket prices if you volunteer, or maybe everyone has to volunteer. Again, I don't really know, but obviously none of these societies work without volunteerism. That's a core pillar to actually making these events happen. This is, again, a zombie-focused post-apocalyptica, so it is a niche within a niche. It does look like everyone is in costume. I do believe they are intended to be fully immersive, although I don't know what the event site looked like from location to location. So this happens on an ongoing basis throughout the year. There are stories that take place both locally and nationally. They're already in their third incarnation. You can pick up their rule set on Drive-Thru RPG if you want a little bit more about the actual gameplay. Again, I've never done a LARP before, but the basis is you play a character, you level, you fight, you do things throughout the game, and they encourage you to attend and bring new people, and that actually nets you benefits within the game space as well. Because again, it's very important to grow these communities if we want to see them continue. If you're interested in learning more about Dystopia Rising, I'm not the right person to ask, although I know that their previous NorCal organizer is on TikTok, so maybe ask him some stuff. If you're looking for a weekend camping experience that's not too demanding as far as what you have to do as far as theming out your camp and stuff like that, then this is definitely a good place to look. Although the idea of spending a weekend in zombie makeup sounds awful to me personally.